they want to be great. They're going to give you what they got, and they're going to sell out, and that's all we can ask for. And I think that they know that they're the underdog here, and I've always been a guy that's a fan of the underdog, and I like when we have to have that swagger about us. We have to have that attitude.
In moving forward from a most tumultuous offseason, Palmyra football showed up last Friday at the Hannibal Jamboree with palpable passion and purpose. A credit to both a resilient group of players.
They've really committed to the standard that we've asked of them. They've come. We had a grueling summer weight program where we asked them to be here 4 days a week at 5:30 a.m. We were 3 days in the weight room and 1 day out in the field for speed and conditioning. And that's been excellent. We've seen the dividends of that pay off going into this season, and we've come out here in practice. We look a little bit bigger. We look a little bit more physical. We look a little bit more explosive, and I think they're excited for Friday night.
And a young new staff fit to match.
I feel like Coach Huffman especially has done a great job of being a high-energy guy on the defensive side of the ball. I mean, in the weight room all summer long, all of us coaches were here, and I feel like every one of us that were here, which was a lot of times there were 6 of us here, we led the group, and the kids kind of watched us lift with them. We're getting loud, we're cranking up the music, we're watching people squat heavy weights, we're watching people press heavy weights, and we're really trying to encourage everybody in our weight room to be 1% better every day. Now, it's not how much you lift right now, it's how much you can lift by the end of the summer, day-by-day process. If you do things, go 1-0 every day, do things the right way, it will pay off.
And while it may have simply been a set of exhibition contests, the defensive earmarks of which suggest traction is beginning to build there for the Panthers.
Yeah, that's fair. I feel like Coach Hubbman is going to do a really good job of moving people around. He's going to get people on slants. He's going to get people on backdoor gaps and things like that. He's going to put stunts in. We're going to use our speed and our tenacity to our advantage. We're not a great big team. I think that's obvious, but that's okay. We do have some size. I mean, up front, we're 220 pounds or better up front, so we can live with that. But we're also athletic. So I think we're going to use a lot of our athleticism to our advantage. We're going to try to play technically sound.
Also, demonstrable dedication and commitment here at play to getting this thing back to where it needs to be. Perhaps best exemplified in Aaron Ritchie's personal choice to return to quarterback play.
We've had a lot of those guys in our program this summer. I've had several guys approach me, hey, I'll play whatever it is you think is best for the team. We have a lot of team guys. We do not have a lot of me guys, and that's something that I felt like we have spent little time as a coaching staff even addressing, because we haven't seen much of it. We haven't seen a lot of ego in our locker room. We haven't seen a lot of guys who are just out here trying to make a play for themselves. It's all about how can we come together to put a finished product in the field on Friday night.
Moreover, both Ritchie and tailback Gideon Bogue looked fit for front and center roles within this rebuild.
That was their first real taste, I think, of playing in their spots. I think this is, I could be mistaken, but I think this is Gideon's true first year of being a tailback. And then I know this is Aaron's first year of coming back to play quarterback. So that was the really first live look they got at playing somebody else in a game type situation. I feel like they're two kids that the more reps you give them, the better they become. They haven't hit their ceiling. I think they're going to continue to, okay, this week they played average, next week they're going to climb the ladder, and they're just going to grow hopefully by week 10 and so on and so forth. They're at their ceiling.
And least surprising of all, Dalton Hill's expertise within the trenches was clearly amplified as well.
On the line of scrimmage, it's all about our feet, hand placement, targeting, all those things. I constantly harp on our offensive line, especially just about it's not about how special of a player you are. It's about how well you move your feet, about how well you run, and it's about how well those type of things. So I think that's going to play to our advantage.
Aaron,